never knew that it would be caught. They never knew that it would be leaked out after the call of President RUTO, the Kenya president, and Bola Ahmed Tinubu leaked out few hours ago. RUTO, the president of Kenya, had been chased out of office by protesters and all. But as if that is not enough, Tinubu protest is upcoming in August 1 to August 10. Now, the Kenya president have finally called Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Come and see secret. Their secret leaks out few hours ago, and this have caused a lot of trouble in Nigeria because a lot of Nigerians are actually surprised with the secret that are leaked out. So I would like us to stay connected to the end of this video. You will hear everything yourself. You will see everything that is said to Bola Ahmed Tinubu. You will hear everything. So if you can share this video, just do it to share it. Click the share button. Share it. Share it to different social media platforms. Let it go viral. They never want Nigerians to come out to protest. They never want the protest of the hardship to start. You will see the secret of everything. Come and see the secret of African leaders. So if you cannot share the video, just like it as you're watching it. Like it, give it a thumb up. So that will be recommended for us. Just stay connected. I'm going back again.
Welcome you back to LAJUPOG TV.
I don't have bad news for you today.
The home of religious gossip.
But you should leave the fight for Mohammed.
What is happening in the Christendom? Join now to make sense with LAJUPOG.
Hello my great wonderful viewers, we're coming back to LAJUPOG TV. For those of you coming across this channel for the very first time, make sure you click the subscription button appearing on your video screen, and at the same time click the notification bell icon so that whenever we drop a new video in few hours time, YouTube will easily let you to know. A lot of trouble is coming to the doorstep of Bola Ahmed Tinubu right now because the call record that was released few hours ago, nobody ever expected that kind of call record can actually come out at this very critical time, because there is a time that Tinubu is not supposed to make any mistake, because the protest that is upcoming in 10 days, amidst the suffering that is ongoing in Nigeria, amidst the economic downfall, amidst the economic crisis, amidst all the insecurity and everything, the inflation in the country, the hardship that is ongoing in Nigeria right now is alarming, and Nigerians have come out in troop. They said they're going to stage a 10 days protest. They're going to shut down everywhere in Nigeria, and that will be the problem of the day. Since when they said they want to stage the protest, Bola Ahmed Tinubu have been in serious panic, and even the senators in the House of Assembly, all the Nigerian politicians, they have been in serious panic because they know what happened in Kenya and they remember what happened in the NSAS, and they never wanted the same thing to happen. But come and see what is ongoing. Kenya president called out Bola Ahmed Tinubu. He called him and he exposed a lot of things that they never expected that anyone can hear. So I would like us to stay connected to the end of this video. You will hear it yourself. It will shocktalize you. It shocktalize a lot of people that actually hear everything today. The secret of all these African leaders is actually leaking out. And since when Tinubu hear about the protest, he never want the protest to stand. They kill a lot of protesters allegedly in cause of the NSAS, and Nigerians have already stand out. Nigerian youth have stood up. They said if they should try the same thing that they try in the NSAS, that Nigeria will go down, that they're ready to burn Nigeria down. They said if police should come out to incite any violence on any peaceful protesters, they said if any peaceful protesters should die, they're gonna do everything possible that all the 2023 election, the people that were brought into power and all, they said they will make sure that those people go down. They will never see the light of the day again in Nigeria, that the protest will enter another level. It will be more than the one that they did in Kenya. So you hear everything yourself. So I would like us to stay connected to the end of this video. You will hear the core conversation of Tinubu and the president of Kenya and all. President RUTO, you will hear everything yourself. You will shed tears for Nigeria. So if you cannot share it, just like the video. Just like it. If you cannot share it, like it, give it a thumb up so that it will be recommended for us. Since when they said that they want to stage the protest for 10 days, Tinubu have been doing everything possible to stop it, because he knows that Nigerians have actually been pushed to war, and he knows that Nigerians are more crazy than Kenya people. Even for the fact that Kenya is not as worse as Nigeria, you can see the way Kenyans protested. Nigerian youth are more crazy than Kenya youth. You can see the way Kenya also protested, and they chased their president out of office. They entered the House of Assembly. They eat all the foods that is meant for the politician. They did everything possible to chase out all their leaders because they want revolution. Now their protest is still ongoing, and Nigerians too are coming out at that same time. They said no, the hardship in Nigeria cannot be overlooked again. What is ongoing in Nigeria cannot be overlooked, because since when Tinubu got into power, there have been an inflation of goods. People can afford to eat 2 square meals in their houses again. If you go to the market, what you bought 10 naira today, go back to the same market, they will sell it to 500 naira for you. Price of food in the market is very, very alarming. The inflation is too high that even common man cannot even breathe as far as the regime of Bola Ahmed Tinubu is concerned. A bag of beans is being sold around 100,000 naira plus and all. A rubber of beans is being sold around 5,000 naira, and in most cases, in some other places, the price is even more higher than that. A lot of things have gone down in this country, and Nigerians are saying no, enough is enough. Companies are folding up, and more than 700 companies fold up in 1 year of Bola Ahmed Tinubu in office. And even Dangote, the richest man in Africa, the richest businessman, cry out. He said, what the hell is ongoing in Nigeria? Dangote cried a few days ago, and a lot of people were touched and all regarding this refinery. Now Nigerians are staging the protest. They are now linking everything back to Peter Obi. They say it is Peter Obi that is responsible for the protest, that if any protest should cook in Nigeria, that it is Peter Obi that is cooking everything. Now Obi have finally sued Onanuga, the spokesperson of Bola Ahmed Tinubu, and as if that is not enough, Onanuga said that which court is Obi taking him to in Nigeria, because they know that the judicial system of Nigeria is hijacked already by the APC parliaments and all. They know that there's no justice in Nigeria again. That is why Onanuga can still come out and tell Obi that he should prepare his lawsuit against him very well. His 5 billion naira lawsuit, that there's no court he can take him to in Nigeria that he can actually win him. That was what Onanuga said, and they are boasting of it now. Now Nigerians are standing on their feet. They said Obi should even stay in one side, that they don't want to see Obi in Nigeria in cause of the protest, that the protest is never concerned Obi. It is Nigerian youth, the hungry Nigerians, and Bola Ahmed Tinubu government and all. But Nigerian police are being incited against Nigerians at the moment. They said if the protest you hold, they're going to deal with a lot of Nigerians because they believe that the protest is going to be riotic and all. So Nigerian police are actually doing everything possible to intimidate the youth, to bully the youth, and do all sorts of things to suppress the protest and all. And mind you, these same people, when Tinubu was using Nigerian money to buy yacht of 5 billion, when they refurbishing the office of the first lady with the public fund, the office that is not even constitutional, when they buy private jet of over $100 million with Nigerian money, you can see that this Nigerian armed forces, all this IGP, the police, inspector general and all, they never come out to warn the presidency. They never come out to warn the House of Assembly and all, the way Akpabio and other senators are mafiaing money and all. They never come out to warn them and do all of that. But protest is coming now. The people want to stand and make and raise their voice to say enough is enough to all those things. Now the police are coming out. They said they want to attack the protest. Just till you hear everything yourself. You hear what Nigerian youth are actually saying, and you hear what the Kenya president actually said to Tinubu, that got a lot of people talking today. It surprised a lot of people. It shocked and a lot of people. They never expected what is ongoing in Africa. Just stay connected. You hear things yourself. You can share the video, share it, and if you can share it, just like it. I'm coming back again.
What's wrong with us? I mean, what is it that we always try to simplify things because we think, oh, everybody's stupid. Kenya has got some of the most clever, most intelligent, most well-educated people, and they'll tell you everything if you want them to tell you. They know our economy is in a mess. They know that we are mismanaging ourselves. They know that we are busy planning and coordinating Ayub, let me ask you, why is it that every 2.5 years you have a fight within the presidency? The deputy is fighting with the president every 5 years. Look at the elections. It is because people are fighting over the loot. This is not about policy. I have been in politics for the last 30 years. Those 30 years I've been in elected politics, about 22. Madam Speaker, the problems, the way Mzee Odinga said about Kenya, have not been started by President William RUTO. If you look at the history, and Madam Speaker, the other day people were asking me, how did you tell that these young Gen Zs are actually going to come to the streets after 1 year? I said, I look at the trend. If you look at independence 1962-3, that was the 20 years beyond where the liberation movement took place. After that, we got independence. It took another 20 years for us to have a military coup. The people who are guiding and who are even within that military coup are not old men like Jaramogi or Charles Njojo at that time. It was young Gen Z students of the University of Nairobi and young people who believed in the ideal of what Kenya was. The second issue that came up, Madam Speaker, was after, by the year 2002, there was another 20 years, then you come to 2022, to 2002 is when Kibaki was elected, is when we have a referendum, is when we have a new constitution, and then we say Kenya is now on the right path. Madam Speaker, we did not follow the letter of the Constitution. What many of us have never understood is that your democracy is as valid and as reasonable and as verifiable and is implementable as the people who are willing to follow and implement that Constitution. We have completely failed our people. And that is why when the elections took over and we had challenges, and that is why when you look at our country and the crisis that has come up, when you look at the issues which are bedeviling our country, you realize that we are on quicksand. Unless you have old men and old women, people of dignity and decency, people who have got wisdom, people who are not greedy to fix this country, we will not have a country very soon. Madam Speaker, I've served as an assistant minister. I went to Cote d'Ivoire, sent by President Kibaki to one visit President Gbagbo. I got into his house. He was wearing a vest. That time the military was around him. He was being deposed. 2 weeks later, he went home with his wife. They were half naked. Those sins are not sins that Africa should be proud of. Madam Speaker, our country has broken down. Our country has challenges. But before I go to how, in a short notice, what we can do, I would like to ask the President, and I asked him the other day, the children who died and the children who are in the prisons, please remove them. Those who have died, I want to ask this House, the Senate, let us make sure that those children get a state funeral. Those who are not criminals, these are children who had reached a dead end. Madam Speaker, what is wrong with our country? We call it a company with shareholders. Our country is not a company. Our company is Kenya, which is a state. It has 50 million people who all expect and demand certain services from the state. We, the politicians in this house, I heard my colleague speak. I am so happy that we are now telling each other the truth. We are the ones who carry militias. We are the ones who go and carry cattle rustlers. We are the ones who have got companies that are doing business in government departments. We are the ones who are stealing the money. Look at the national government, call it down, bring it down to the National Assembly. We must begin to look at issues like CDF. We must look at the Women Fund. We must look at the structure. Do we need all the people who have been given offices? I've been asking this publicly. Why are governors running county governments as if they are private companies where they are stealing money, buying properties abroad, driving such big vehicles, including ourselves? When did we decide that I must drive a car which is 4.8 cc? That a 3,000 cc is not good enough. When our children don't have medicines, when our women are not giving birth, when we can't feed our children, when we buy fertilizer, we deal on it, we sell some of it, we sell mchanga. We are bringing in maize when we are supposed to be planting maize and giving farmers fertilizers and giving them funds so that we can get production and increase that, so that we create jobs for our people. It is we politicians who won't buy 2 million tons, 2 million metric tons of maize. We come and sell. We bring 3 million metric tons of sugarcane. Mumias is dying. Chemelil is dying. Sony Sugar is dying. Those are factories that used to employ people. Who are the biggest dealers of investment companies in Kenya? We, the political class. What happened to Kenya Airways? Look at it now. It's smelly, filthy. It was the pride of Africa. Who runs Kenya Power? Why are we not told who are the owners of the independent power suppliers of this country? Why are we not being told who owns our national parks? But you hear money is being stolen by none other than the elites and the political class. These people out here are tired. These people are tired. I was crying this morning today because we are messing up good thing. We are messing up this country. Who wants to be a refugee? And there is enough for you people to eat, so long as you eat with manners. The revenue we collect is enough to run 8 African countries, Kenya, Rwanda, Burundi, Tanzania, you go to Congo, you go to South Sudan, you go to Somalia, and you go to Ethiopia. That's what our goddamn budget is. Just manage it, don't steal it. A few people are stealing too much. These kids out here, they know everything. They know your houses, they know where your kids go to school, they know which properties of land you have. Why must somebody have 4 million acres of land to his name? What happened to our mentality? Then we pretend and run to churches talking about Christianity, how Jesus... Do you understand what you are dealing with? The people out here don't even believe in God anymore. The people out here are tired of the lies, the religious organizations. And I have to say this, I'm a Catholic. I was so happy I saw the Purple No-Show talk about the issues of a country. Let us forget that we can run this country as tribes. Let us accept that there is a new sheriff in town. That sheriff is the GNC. They are partyless, they are tribeless, they don't have money, they just have bundles and a phone. And they'll stop this country to move. I would like to plead with the members of this house when it comes to looking at what role our committees are playing. Look at what happens. I want to thank my brothers Sifuna, my brother Chirarge. I want to thank Madam Dulo. These are, many of you may not know, we've never discussed it here. How many times we've been threatened that we are raising issues about county governments losing billions. I mean, who doesn't know how many governors own apartments and houses in Kilimani Road? Each one of them owning an apartment costing 1.5 billion shillings. Why didn't the fool just go and build a hospital where he comes from? I wish we stole the money and put it at home. Some of them are going to Dubai. People are going to America. You see on social media. I just bought me. I just saw somebody commenting saying that the senators got nothing to do. I want him to tell me how he bought a Bentley and is an MP. Explain to me, how does somebody, I mean, the truth is, I'm born with advantage and privilege. That is the truth. I saw my father driving a big car when I was a small boy. That is not what drives me. What drives me is, how do you get a member of parliament driving a Mercedes that costs 49 million shillings? And we are watching, and that is normal. And it is okay. And it is okay. Shame on us. Then we make sure this money doesn't go to the schools. We make sure that hospitals have no money. We start building hospitals now. We want the poor people to come to those hospitals. Poor people can't come to Nairobi Hospital. They can't come to Aga Khan. They can't, some of them can't afford Kenyatta. You saw the other day, Kenyatta has a debt of 6.6 billion. The Eldoret Hospital, Eldoret KTRH, has a debt of 3.9 billion. When you ask, they tell you we don't know where the money went. Are we fools? Do we need to buy houses which have got 15 bedrooms and drive 19 cars and put them in your parking lot, and you want 10,000 acres of land? You want a ranch? You fools, you want to buy a ranch in Australia. This is where we are. We keep blaming the police. The policeman cannot do anything. Have we ever gone as a Senate to go and see where the police lives? How he takes his kids to school and his salary is 19,000. And this house has to start thinking about those things. We guys must begin, and we ladies and gentlemen in this house must begin to agree that we can reduce our salaries, that we can drive smaller cars, that we can wear kaundas. In fact, the only thing I'm very annoyed about the president, I'm the one who started wearing kaundas. Now he has given kaunda a bad name. I want Kenyans to love kaundas the way I love them. Let us wake up, Kenyans. We can't play football. Money comes from FIFA, it is eaten. World Rally Championship, money comes from there, it's eaten. You go, you want Kenya Lawn Tennis Association, they only want 50,000 to hold an international tennis tournament. Not even a minister appears there. But when the minister is traveling out of the country, he's got how many people? Private jet, goes to Dubai, books one of those hotels, luxury hotels, and he comes back to Nairobi with the same 9 people he took with a private jet. And you assume that the Gen Zs don't know. These days they track you. They can know which private jet you took, where it went, and how it came back. Many of us are worried because either because of history or because of what has happened, we have got a lot of money. money now, we are owning so much land. Please allow us to have spatial planning. Your land, we can have an implemented law in this house to protect your even identity. But please don't stop stealing public land. Let us have mercy at our people. You saw people from Eldoret and Kakamega talking about, our shambas which our grandfathers left for us. Now you guys who are MPs and senators, you come, you chase us away, and then you throw us into court. You go and bribe the courts. And I want to talk about the judiciary. We respect you. We know that you are most of the time under the pressure. We know there are certain things which you can even be blackmailed, but we want to hold you at a higher standard. We must hold the judiciary at a higher standard, the legislators at the higher standard, and make sure the president is also at the higher standard. That is how we can move as a country and stop this nonsense. We behave like monkeys running through a forest looking for bananas without knowing whether it's bananas they want or it's oranges. I really, really want to say this, Madam Speaker, finally. I was nearly giving up on my country. I have changed my mind because of today. The young men who are fighting for this country have done us proud. Let us treat them with dignity. Let us make sure we engage them. Let us stop doing the things which make them angry, desperate, and upset with the ruling class. The truth is, if this country breaks down, it takes all of us down. I can tell you, I was in South Sudan when we were doing the comprehensive peace agreement. I visited as a minister, as a young minister, to go and do what was called a referendum. I've been to Khartoum. I have been to Mali. I've been to the country in West Africa. I remember the name, Madam Speaker. You look at how people have been treated.
We will do what Africa has not done before. We don't care about the constitution. We don't care about P2B. We don't care about Atiku. We will change the leadership, everything that is called Senate, everything that came with this government, everything that came with 2023 election, we go. Everything. If one person die in this thing, everything that came with this thing, and let me tell you, this protest is not the one we will do. After 1 week, we go. We fire to refire. We will fire to You see the way we have started discussing protests now. Very soon, all spaces will be hosting. 50,000 Nigerians will be on space from all over the world. The funding will be there. The lawyers will be there. If you lock up anybody, the person will be brought out. The lawyers will be there to follow up the court. Anything you want, fire to fire, money for money, anything you want. We will fund this protest more than the elections. What you saw in 2023 is child's play to what is cooking, because this is a fight for Nigerians. It is not. In fact, let me tell you, people, there is nothing like party. P2B can, as far as I'm concerned, go back to UK and continue his life, because the new
P2B to start running now, so you can leave early. Tell Atiku to stay where
and go back to UK and continue his life. He has tried. You know, he has done well. He opened our eyes, no problem. But the new Nigeria we are talking about, all of them, Gaskia, all of them, we know one. We go just choose one neutral person. We never touch leadership before. We never smell politics before. Carry and put there. So what we are telling you is that we are coming with a list, and I've said it. Eboji go do no now. Where my own matter is now is fuel. That first week we are starting that thing. Put fuel at 100 naira first.
Listen to this video.
So that we will know whether we are dealing with animals or we are dealing with idiots. We know you people are cows already. But from that first week, as you hear Pium bring down fuel to 100 naira first. I don't care how you want to do it. I don't know about the analysis of oil in Nigeria. Nothing concerns me with that mass. If you can buy private jet for yourself, if you can do 21 billion naira house for one person, vice president, I can buy for 100 naira. I don't know where you want to bring the money from. I don't know whether it has anything to do with production. If our production will go to 3 million barrels from that first week of protests, provided fuel sells for 100 naira in this country. I don't care. If you are not able to do fuel 100 naira, that is even demand number one. If you are not able to do, because we need fuel from that first week, we need fuel first. We need fuel. That subsidy that you removed from day one, you will return it, and not just returning subsidy. You will make fuel 100 naira. Day one protest, fuel 100 naira. That is what everybody in the north, south, east understand. Let's even begin to buy fuel 100 naira. That way we can now see whether we are dealing with human beings. That is the way forward. So please, and please, we must maintain that spirit of oneness. One person die, pakam. I'm not saying police, you should not shoot. Army, I'm not saying you should not deploy. But if you deploy and shoot one person, pam, gone. Everything that happened with 2023 election, everything that we did in 2023 cancel. Senate president, House of Rep, and I have said it before, our people are languishing in IDP camps. And during this protest, we might need to fund moving all IDP camp people to the National Assembly complex. That our Senate is comfortable place where some of our people in IDP camp can at least start sleeping there for now. Because we are in this fight for our brothers languishing in the bush. We need to relocate them to House of Assembly complex, because the laws that are being made there, it is not for us. It has nothing to do with us. I know that we have a bunch of charlatans and a bunch of wicked individuals. Is where a bill was said, if you are in support of Senate overseeing how money is being spent in various agencies, vote yea. If you are not in support, vote nay. They voted nay. They don't want to do anything work. All they after is allowance and salary. So our people in IDP camps need a better place. And I am suggesting, please, as we are planning this protest, we should plan on how to mobilize all IDP camps all over the country, in Jos, Northeast, Northwest. We will pay their transport. Let them come. We have a National Assembly that was built and is being renovated every year with billions with our money. The money that was used to renovate those complexes is our money. And we can decide where our people who do not have homes currently, our people cannot be sleeping under waterproof in the bush. And we have senators driving cars of 200 million. We no longer need their services. We need our people to come and sleep there. And when this protest starts, when the funding start coming in, please, funding number one, move all IDP camps to Abuja to go and sleep. They need a safe place to keep their head. They have suffered enough. Since we have decided to remember ourselves now, let us also remember them who are in the bush. And when they are in that House and Senate, Nigerians will provide what they will eat. At least we have provided shelter. We would have solved shelter. What they will eat will not be a problem.
Listen to this video.
Feed them in our National Assembly complex. We will be feeding them, and if care is not taken, we will move to Asorok. Because if this man that have vowed that all of us will die, he has vowed, a senator said that he has locked out. When a president have decided to lock out everybody, what he's doing now is one man's squad, and that is the problem of a drug cartel. He's only interested in himself. All Nigerians can go and die. All of us can go to hell and burn to ashes. And since he has wished us death, we return that wish to him. So please, in the coming days, all you need to do, it is not time to come out yet. It is time to begin. Just spread the message.
Thank you for staying connected, my great and wonderful viewers. You can see what is happening in Nigeria right now. A lot of people are actually saying that Nigerian, if the 10 days protest can hold, they said it will kick Tinubu out of office. That the revolution that everybody have actually been praying for, the revolution will come once and for all. That the regime of Tinubu is what is going to bring the revolution. So Ure have said this back then. The former presidential candidate have said about and said the revolution of Nigeria will be brought by Bola Ahmed Tinubu automatically. There's nothing that anybody is dragging for or, and now it's as if the revolution is finally here. People cannot afford to eat 2 square meals in their houses. A lot of students are dropping out of school. People cannot afford to breathe well in the country again. There's no law for the rich. The only law we have in the country is just for the poor. It's just to suppress and just to intimidate the poor and all. That's what is happening in Nigeria now. The protest is cooking, and Nigerian police force, all of them are gathering ammunition at the moment. According to the report that we're receiving, they gather ammunition to make sure that the protest will not be of a success, because the people are trying to exercise their human right as a protester. Protest is one of the voice of the common man in a democratic country, and Tinubu will always come out to tell you that he's celebrating democracy. And mind you, these people are not celebrating the democracy that Abraham Lincoln defined back then in the days. The democracy of the government of the people, by the people, and for the people. That is not what Nigeria is practicing. If truly Nigeria is practicing democracy of Abraham Lincoln and all, you can see what happened in US. You can see what is happening in the US and all. You can see that everything is going well fine with the election thing and all. How Biden stepped down and all, but it will never happen in Nigeria like that, because their leadership is a do or die thing, and they are ready to eat the people even to the foot. Now Tinubu is saying that he's practicing democracy. What kind of democracy is Tinubu practicing? What kind of democracy is he celebrating? What kind of democracy is he trying to restore in other African countries? Is it the democracy that will not make the people to breathe? Is it the democracy that is keeping the people in highest poverty? Is it the democracy that is keeping the people in total hunger? What kind of democracy? Is it the democracy that will not allow the people to exercise their rights and make a peaceful protest? Then what kind of democracy is that? Protest is part of the voice of the people in any democratic country. Why are they against protest in Nigeria? That's the question that a lot of people are asking. Now Nigerian youth have come and they said if they should burn any police well, that they should shoot at any peaceful protesters, because they believe that the protest is not going to be riotic. They are just going to make a peaceful protest to exercise their right and lay out their demand for 10 days to Bola Ahmed Tinubu. They say fuel price must be sold at 100 naira. That if fuel price is not being sold at 100 naira, that it will be a problem to Nigeria, that the protest will not stop. That in the day one of the protest, they must sell fuel at 100 naira. That if fuel should be sold at 100 naira, every other thing in Nigeria will go down. That's what a lot of the protesters are saying. They said they did not want to know how Tinubu is going to do it. They did not want to know how it's going to happen. But everything must go down. Everything that hiked up must go down in Nigeria. That's what they're saying. They said if Tinubu can be saying that there's no money in Nigeria, but they can buy private jet of over $100 million. If they can be saying that there's no money in Nigeria and did not reduce the cost of government and all, the cost of the senators and all, if they say that there's no money in Nigeria and they're spending unnecessarily, they buy yacht of over 5 billion, they refurbishing the office of the first lady that is not even constitutional and with billions of naira, Nigerian money, your money and my money. If they can be mismanaging the public fund and they say that there's no money in Nigeria that Nigerians should be managing, where they're actually keeping the money, they're going to bring everything out. That's what Nigerian youth are saying. They said fuel, first of all, in the day one of the protest, they must reduce the price for 700 or 800. They must reduce it to 100 naira. This is what we're producing in our country, and in the same country that we're producing it, we are having queues, we are having fuel scarcity, and the countries that we are selling it to, they never line up for fuel scarcity. They never line up on queue just to buy fuel and all. That's what is happening in Nigeria. And because Nigerians want to protest now, Bayo Onanuga came out and made it known to the general public that it is Peter Obi that is inciting the people against the government, that it is Peter Obi that is cooking the protest. Now Nigerian youth are saying that it is not Peter Obi, that even Peter Obi will be sent out of Nigeria. He must not interfere in the protesting. That was what the Nigerian youth said in that very video that you just finished watching. They said he must not interfere, that he have tried his best to unveil the buttocks and the secret of the regime of Tinubu and the APC regimes and all. They said Peter Obi is left out of the protest, that he must not interfere. Then after Obi said that Onanuga, the spokesperson of Tinubu, lied on him in several occasions, Obi sued him on 5 billion naira suit. And mind you, you can see what is happening. After Obi sued Onanuga made it known to the general public that which court did Obi want to carry him to in Nigeria. You can see that the judicial system of Nigeria finally be hijacked and it finally collapsed. There's no justice in Nigeria again. This is a total defamation of character. Obi actually charging for defamation of character, but the same person that was charged is now coming out to be boasting that which court did Obi want to carry him to, because he believes that APC have hijacked all the courts in Nigeria or the judicial system. There's no justice again. Obi cannot receive justice, and that is what is happening. Nigerian youth said they will hijack all the things that have been hijacked by the APC government that they will hijack it back and it will return to normalcy. That's what Nigerians use. I promise it. So drop up in the comment section on this video. So I'm gonna get another channel there for you. And sure, follow me on my social media handles on Facebook at LAJUPOG TV and LAJUPOG Entertainment, and on Instagram at LAJUPOG. Guess what, guys? See you in my next video. Bye for now.
I see the hot for my body, I say make I yarn you. Religious gossip plenty day for body. Pastor where the line on top, be pastor. For LAJUPOG Watch TV. Pastor where the back, where politician where the do pass me, say for leader. Why you with the